Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of InhabitCraft. And what's that? Yes, I am still at my villager area. Also, I got COVID, so my voice might be a little bit strained today and through the entire recording of this episode. So, yeah, that's just a general thing to notice. But also, you might notice that I have completely got upgraded and fully kitted out tools, and I've been trading away this villager trading hall for a while, especially because I ended up losing all of my items in lava a while ago when I was mining for gold. But I've got everything up to actually better condition than it was before. You might also notice that I have built this building here. Well, it's not, I guess I didn't build the building, I just built, I guess, the roof. You can call this tower a roof, for my villager breeder, which I've actually disabled now because there's a lot of villagers here and I've completely filled up my villager trading hall. I have a small amount of netherite, which I don't remember what chest that I put it in, but I have a few goals for the next coming weeks. And those goals are building a gold farm, building a wool farm, building a sugarcane farm, and building a gunpowder farm. And that wool farm is also a reason because I would like to increase the amount of netherite that I have so that I can upgrade some of my netherite tools. And the best way of mining for netherite is bed mining, in my opinion. So that's the main way I'm going to be getting netherite. As it stands currently, I only have enough ancient debris or netherite scraps for 1 and a bit netherite ingots. So I'm going to quickly grab some gold that I think I have somewhere, and I'm going to upgrade one thing, and that one thing, for now, also I did some end writing, as you saw at the end of the last episode, which got me a fair few diamonds. But if I remember, I have 7 gold, and I can make myself a netherite ingot. And the first thing I'm going to improve or upgrade to netherite will be my silk touch pickaxe. So as you can tell, in this villager area, there are a lot of different workstations that we can use. But the one we're looking for right now, the smithing table. And as I do this, we go from 1,561 durability to 2,031 durability. And now we have our first netherite tool. And if you're wondering why all my tools look a bit weird, it's a texture pack that isn't yet finished that I've been in the works by one of my friends, Duck Up, for quite a while. Also, since the last episode, I've put in a zombification system where all of the zombies are now here in each one of these little banks so that I can actually zombify my villagers. This villager trading hall is kind of like a long-term project, especially because I want to have some sort of sorting system and crafting area in the middle of this trading hall. This is like the first iteration of it. There will be more to come. It's quite annoying that I ended up getting COVID at the time I did, because currently it's school holidays, which means that I have more time to be making the videos that I wanted to make, which is a big thing, as you could tell from my unfortunate news update video. But it's unfortunate that I got COVID now, because it means that I don't really have the same waking hours as I normally would do. And since this is like a passion project, it's hard to get motivated to do any of this. So it's now time to get myself some wheat, because I'm going to explain something in a second. And as we arrive back at my starter base, as you can see, I'm quickly getting myself some more wheat, and that's because I want to breed the 2 sheep that I currently have into having a larger population of sheep, so that I can make those wool farms, so I can make those beds for the netherite mining. I have cleared out a bit of space here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to off the cuff a wool farm. And we're going to see how that goes, because I know the basics behind how you make them. So I just need some observers, I need a dispenser with some shears, and I need some sheep and grass. So let's get that underway. So I've dug out a little bit of area here, and I've built the sheep farm that I've designed. So how this works is that, oh, where's a good view of this? If I break this, there's an observer facing this piece of grass. So when the sheep eats the grass, this block will be updated, and it will power this dispenser, which has shears in it, which will shear the sheep. I now need to have some way of collecting the drops underneath, and I'm thinking about just having some minecart hoppers, and then whenever this activates, I think this redstone lamp will activate. I don't know, though. I'm going to test that right now, like this. It will. That's a good sign. So yeah, I've also just hid some light blocks in places so that we can have a kind of lit up area. And I'm going to build something that's kind of inspired by like a dusty old mine entrance. So I guess that'll be built soon, but first let's get the sheep in there. So a bunch of work has been done since the last clip. I've gotten all of the sheep into the farm, and a bunch of them have grown up because I've transferred them as babies. And then down here, I've got a collection system, and I've prettied it up a little bit. And as you can see, it is actually collecting a fair amount of wool. And now it's time to go into a time-lapse mode and build an exterior for this little farm. So, as you can see, I kind of got carried away, and I just started building, and I kept building, and I kept building, and I kept building. So, this is the sheep farm in here, and you can see it is actually, oh, there we go, it's actually producing quite well. Some of the carrots I accidentally dropped in there. It's actually producing quite well. And then if we go down here, you can see that I've terraformed a little path, some little sculptures, and some little, like, lamp designs that I've got here. And I've terraformed it all the way down to my starter house. And I really like how this building came to be. I think the roof is a little bit simplistic, but I kind of like it because it's supposed to kind of feel dilapidated over here. And like a simple little masonry sort of building. Because it's designed off of mine. I really like this pond as well. I was kind of iffy about it. I was actually inspired by Asumovoid's, I think, Season 2 InhabitCraft base. And then I was like, oh, I should try and make some sort of vineyard based off of Joe Hill's, I think it was InhabitCraft Season 7. Maybe it was 8, don't remember. Base. But I've used a lot of soul sand, dripstone, soul soil, dark oak, acacia, spruce in this block palette for the build. It's a lot of green and orange contrast, a lot of brown and orange contrast throughout this entire area. And I really like how it turned out. And now, as you can see from just before, we have a suitable amount of red wool. And all of the materials that I was using for this build have been moved down into these chests down here to try and move away from those chests that I just had strewn out here. As you can see, those are gone. And I've tried to light everything up as best as possible and just kind of feel like one cohesive environment. So yeah, that's this place done. So, I don't remember if I've talked about this, but now, the bridge to the spider farm that I created last episode is now complete. And how it works is that, if I go through here, I can just hold the run button, and I can just quickly speed through here if you have soul speed, and if you have depth strider. And then that goes down into the spider farm. But, what I actually came here to talk about is, I don't know if we have this on the server, the shapeless shulkers. We don't have the shapeless shulkers. That's okay though, because right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn all of those shulker boxes that I got from end raiding that one time into actual shulker boxes rather than just shulker shells. So the nearest chest, nearest crafting table is right here. And let's place down an ender chest, which is currently quite disorganized. Yep, it's got some just random valuable things, and for some reason 2 chests and some blackstone. But there we go. We made a bunch of shulkers that we can put away. So, the slime farm that I've been working on is now finished, and as you can see, if I go into my spectator account, or I guess just like free cam or whatever, or the camera, as you can see, it's like a weird amalgamation of like lots of different designs that I've seen on the internet. I think there's parts of it is like the Logical Geek Boy simple design, parts of it are like the Nembomb design. Basically, yeah, it's just an amalgamation. Some of these collection systems are really hard to do because of the Bedrock. I probably should have built this a few layers up, but I kind of didn't think about that when I started clearing out this area, and when I realized it, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to redo it and do it higher anymore. So yeah, the slime farm is done. It produces a fair bit. The main thing is, it's not going to produce that much when I'm not the only one on the server. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get prepared to making myself a little gold farm so I can make a piglin breeding setup, so I can get the obsidian to make a gas farm, and then I can make the gas farm and a sugarcane farm to make a rocket farm. Yeah. Well, now that that's done, I'm going to break a hole in the bedrock roof of the nether so I can start to get a gold farm and a piglin trading hall up there so I can make a gas farm, and then I can make my rockets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scout out a viable piece of bedrock, and as you can see, I've been gathering some of the items required for doing this. Currently I have 4 shots at this if I'm to do this, so I guess let's hope we get lucky and we hopefully get a good nether bedrock ceiling. And also, the design, I don't know if this is their design, but the design that I'm using for the bedrock breaker is a design by, let's see what then, Eagle Eye 621. Yeah, so the design was done by Fallen Breath and Eagle Eye 621. I think Fallen Breath did an earlier version of the bedrock breaking machine, but this design is from an Eagle Eye 621 video. So I found an acceptable piece of bedrock to break, and I've marked that with this torch, which actually I'm going to put here, because I'm going to build a ladder up to there. But I need to come back with a bunch of the tools and supplies for one, getting up to the bedrock roof, and 2, breaking the bedrock. And what that is, I need to get a ladder and some ender pearls so I can get up there, and then using all my stuff here to break this piece of bedrock. I now have all of my what are they called? Bedrock breaking equipment. So I've got some throwaway armor, a throwaway pickaxe, and all of the things that I'll probably need. Because if I get stuck up there, on the nether roof, that won't be the best thing with all of my good equipment. So I'm just gonna, if I do get stuck in the nether roof, I'll just throw my ender pearls until I die, or like build up. Oh no, that was a ghast. Okay, now let's find that. Are you still shooting at me? Oh. Alright, let's find that little area that we had dug out earlier. It's in here somewhere, and here we are. And that's why you have your throwaway pickaxes, my friends. But the way you do this is, oh gosh, let's see if I remember this. I haven't done this in ages. There we go. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, you throw it at the corner of the block, and then you just jump until you get out. Okay, now let's use our little camera thing to see if we're on the right block. So this one here is the right block, and let's mark that with this little pillar here. And I'll turn my brightness to bright. Usually I have it on moody. So let's turn it to bright, and then now we can start building the contraption. So like that, I think. Then we have TNT. I'll come back to you with the fully done contraption. And the design is done. It's quite a small little simple design. I'm going to quickly make sure that I've got it on the right block. I do have it on the right block. So how this works is that you go under here, you flick this lever, and then you spam right click here, or alternatively, the way that I would do it is we go to keybinds and we change my right click use item button to something else, like E, for example. I'm just going to quickly eat some of my... Oh, I have to press E, not right click. Oh gosh. And then I'm going to flick this lever, go to this side, and then just hold it down and place a piston here. And then that, hopefully, should break the bedrock. So, okay, now I've watched the video, let's have a look. So, flick this, go to here, hold this. And I think it worked. There we go, we have a broken piece of bedrock. Wow. That was way more easy than I suspected. I brought so much extra TNT, but yeah, we've now got a hole in the bedrock ceiling. The next step to this would be moving all of the portals up here, but I'm going to ask permission of the people who have their portals to see where they want them and whether or not they do want their portals up here. So I'm just going to move my portals up here for now. And once again, this is a video by Eagle Eye 621. Great video, really, really simple design, and they put a really good effort into making it completely understandable and like easy to work with. And then the original design that was the unmodified design, because I believe EagleEye621 had modified the design. The original design was by Fallen Breath. And I'll put the links to both of those videos and both of their channels in the description. So the first portal that I want to link up is my home base portal. So that would be just my starter house down here. So I'm going to link this up by figuring out the overworld coordinate, and then dividing the X and Z by 8, and then that will give you the nether coordinate, or where you need to build your portal to link it up. Oh, I'm invisible now. To link it up directly. I have copied the coordinate with F3C, and then I can paste it and remove the rotation values, remove the Y coordinate, and then I can just go down to here, and then that's what I need to put into my calculator. So what I would do here is I just go to calculator, and just divide both of the numbers by 8. So we start with 141, because we're just averaging out, divide by 8, and then we had 17. But since it's a negative number, we have negative 17. And then for our next number, it's 68. So 68 divided by 8 is, I don't know it off the top of my head, is 8.5. So we're just going to write 8. So we need negative 17, 8 for the coordinate for my starter base nether portal. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back into the nether, and I'm going to destroy this portal here so it doesn't link up incorrectly to this one, and it doesn't mess up all the other linkages. I've now lined up where I think this portal needs to be, so if I do this, it should link up correctly, and let's just hope. I'm waiting with bated breath, so if I now grab myself my flint and steel, which I called arson, this is the moment of truth. Come on, let's do it. Link. Yes! It linked properly. And now if we go through it again, it shouldn't break anything, and it should just directly take me to the nether roof, right? Yay! Okay, now I have a screenshot of my other portal, so I can start linking that up now as well. And here we have our second portal location. I really hope I'm going to align these correctly, because I'm doing this just off the cuff, so I don't remember. But let's have a look. And just place the top blocks in here now, and then if we get myself, once again, my flint and steel, let's cross our fingers and hope this works. And it worked! We're here! And let's see, do we have to like change our direction when we walk through? Let's see. No, that's all good. Okay, so if we get something out the back of the portal, we can start by just adding a soul sand little pathway in between them so I can run across them with my soul speed boots. And I'll also add a handrail in on the sides so that I don't just accidentally walk off the path. So we'll just start by doing that. So we now have some guide rails, and yes, I know these are spawnable. I just don't really care right now because I'm only going to currently be using this nether hub. Eventually, I will be building a proper nether hub, but I'm only going to be using it currently to move between my starter base and my villager area. So sadly, that's all that we have time for today. As you could tell from my previous video, I currently have the flu, and before that, I had COVID, so yeah, sorry that I had to end at such an abrupt note, but thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.